I'm a Muppet. I love Harley. Hi, this is my friend Muppet. And he's here because I would be a nervous wreck if I were doing this on my own. I was always a car guy. Then a friend of mine told me that he was learning to ride a bike, and in a sort of childish envy, I started looking up bikes. And naturally, the first hit was Harley Davidson. Especially since I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger riding one in Terminator 2. It was love at first sight. I loved the sound, the retro, big looks. There was this nagging feeling, something which I could never explain. Even I myself don't know why, but I began to get drawn to them. Until it became something more, like a passion. I began researching, looking up on the history, the models, everything. It escalated into flights of fantasy, where I'd imagine myself riding off into the sunset, as cliched as it sounds. There was something about it that reeked freedom, doing something that you love, but somehow I never had the courage to do it. But then, I saw on the internet about the competition that Harley Davidson is having, and I couldn't pass on it. Why? Because for starters, if I were to own a Harley on my own, it would take me at least 10 long years. And if I were to even consider owning my dream Harley, which is the Fat Boy, a good 20 years would go. And I honestly wasn't prepared to wait for so long. But I took a look at the list of 20 things, and when I thought of making this video, I realized that I'd be doing 3 things in the list already in this one video. You know what's the first thing? Do something out of your comfort zone. I'm a very nervous and self-conscious guy, especially when I'm in public, so the thought of putting a video up on the internet in YouTube with me in front of the camera, it's not something I'd do every day. But this competition was important enough to make me realize that I should do it, and now that I am doing it, it feels liberating, even though I didn't think it would. Now comes the second thing in the list: realize a childhood dream. I've always loved cinema a lot, and I've always wanted to be a filmmaker, and it was my plan that after doing engineering, I would join film school, which is why owning a Harley would take so long. I had always wanted to make amateur short films, but due to my writer's block, I could never get around to finishing one. But right now I'm making this video, I don't have a script, I just have to sit here and tell you how much I love Harley. So I'm actually one step closer to my dream, and it's very fulfilling. There are a good million people out in the world who love Harley Davidson as much as I do. And everyone has their own reasons. I have mine, and everyone will try to convince you of theirs. And I'm just joining the club. But I can't stop thinking about riding off on a potato rumbling engine. I'd watch videos on the internet of proud owners revving their motorcycles, and I'd look at this pamphlet which had the front page as "Leave no road untraveled," and it would somehow fill me with a purpose. Owning a Harley is certainly not the biggest goal in my life. That spot goes to cinema. But Harley Davidson is something much more personal. Something which only I and people who are passionate about it will understand. I can't make you understand even if I try. Harley always stood as a testament to freedom. Well, when I test drove the Iron 883, I forgot all about my self-consciousness. It was just me and the bike, and nothing else mattered. Harley Davidson made me forget everything else that would normally shackle me down, and that is the very definition of freedom. So comes the third thing in the list which I accomplished: test drive your dream car. But I don't have a dream car. It's a bike.